what are the top 3 ways that women destroy their shoes? I'm going to be telling you today what your shoe damage says about your walk and how we can fix it so you can preserve your heels and spend less time going to the cobbler or throwing them out. So there's 3 different places heels usually show damage. The toe and 2 different spots in the heel. The first spot is if this is your heel, if the back of your heel is more worn than the front, that's one way. And then from the other side, if the inside of your heel is more preserved but the outside is worn, that tells you something as well. So let's start with the damage that happens on the toe. This happens for 2 reasons. The first reason is when you walk, you drag your toe on the ground. So dragging the toe is 100% going to damage your shoe. The second reason is if you are slightly off balance when you walk, what will happen is you'll try and catch your weight with your toe. When you catch your weight with your toe, it scuffs into the ground and starts to ruin the front, which is almost always the hardest to repair. Okay, let's talk about the back of the heel. So if you find that your heel goes on an angle and the back is worn out, you are probably a victim of advice that said, put your hips forward when you walk. So many women have been told this, to just stick out their hips. If you look visually, first of all, this doesn't look great. My body is back weighted. And what happens is it's putting more pressure on the back of the heel. Now, if I'm just standing, that's one problem, but if I start moving, it enhances this. So every time I step and I don't roll my weight forward, I keep this back weighted position, I continue to damage the heel. Also, if you stand and you kind of pop your toes, which some women do, that's another way that you're damaging it. Third is if the outside of your heel is more worn out than the inside, you are rolling your weight from inside to outside, not from back to front. Okay, so let's talk about how to fix it. So the first thing is you need to know my BSP technique. BSP stands for bend, straighten, and place. This is going to solve many of the problems right off the bat. So when you walk, you always want to bend the knee first, straighten the leg, and then place the heel. Every single step should look like this. From the side, we bend, we straighten the leg, and we place the heel. Okay, now this will fix my toe steppers. So anybody who had damage in the toes, already that is going to save your shoes. Now, for the people who have the weight back on their heel, what's important is every time you step, you need to keep a straight vertical line. So our vertical line goes from between our toes, up through our spine, and out through our head. This line can't go this way or this way. If it does, it's going to hurt your shoes. It's also going to hurt your body long term, and we definitely want to preserve that. So we keep that nice straight line. So then we have our good posture, we have our BSP. Now, the next part is which way our body rolls. You want to always direct your walk moving forward. So you never want to go sideways, you never want to go in. You want to feel the heel steps, you roll your weight from heel to toe. If you have been walking on the outside of your feet or even stand and do this, we have to work to make sure that the inside of your foot stays firmly planted on the ground. So a great exercise for you guys is just to do place a foot, bend, straighten, place, our BSP, and do a rock, come back, and repeat. Do this multiple times and your body will start to recognize where your weight actually needs to go. So if you like this video, please share it and tag me, and I hope that this preserves your shoes.